What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. Hello, hello. Got 2K25. It is Plat Wednesday, as per usual. Something a little bit different today. We have finally been given access. I signed up for. I actually was surprised at how fast the turnaround was, because TwitchCon was last weekend, and I saw that they were doing the vertical beta for Twitch over there, and we already stream vertical on YouTube, so I was like, okay, well, let's sign up for it and see. And I thought it was going to be weeks, if not us, just not getting it at all. But we have access to it, so we'll see how that works. I think it is probably going to default mobile users to the vertical view, but I think if you hold it in portrait mode, and I'm sure I'll have to go through this, there is an option to go back to classic. I was hoping that it was going to be like if someone was streaming vertically and they rotate it, that it would change to the horizontal. That might be too much, but there is a button to toggle back and forth, so we'll see how it goes. But Hulk, welcome back. Map, what's going on, dude? Here to see your course in action, I suppose. Just kidding. You're here normally. You're not one of those course designers that is only here to see their course and nothing else. The lack of security, I did see that too. Yeah. Not exactly great. Not exactly great. You are here to see your course? No, I assume so, but you're not only here for your course. I'm not playing your course most of the time, and you have spent a good amount of time here. Yeah, there's definitely, I mean, I get it. I get it, but yeah, there's definitely a subset of course designers that will only watch certain streams because their course is being played. It's like, oh, it's my week that my course is on whatever tour. Gonna go watch it. Okay, a little bit open. We'll see what we can do here. Try and get warmed up. It's obviously going to be a lot about dialing some of these shots in. The only time we're allowed outside. Stuck inside making courses, can only go outside when your courses are being played. Got it. Oh, I don't need true sim cameras. Absolutely not. But yeah, I feel like I should repeat it. It's like we are. If the stream looks all of a sudden different to you, that's because we have the portrait mode available. The crazy part is, I mean, I don't think it's going to affect. You guys have to let me know if you feel like you see anything on the physical stream quality. Like if things feel really not performant. Let me know, because obviously that is problematic. I don't feel like it should be. I feel like it shouldn't be an issue because, oh no, the video encoder is at max. Let's see here. Probably because of the number of video tracks. Okay, let me do this. I'm gonna drop the Twitch stream like really quick, and I'm gonna just bring it back up with a slightly lower track count. What's going on, Steve? Alex, hello. Yeet, welcome back. Yeah, it's like just starting to peak. Let me drop it to 4. Okay, we should be back, and hopefully that's using a little bit less resources. Saying it's still at 100, but we'll just have to keep an eye on it. Hey, what's going on, Malenbach? Okay, I did see it drop to 99. It's sitting right on the edge. The worst case scenario is like we don't do it locally and we just rely on Twitch to give us quality options, which like I would rather not be the case. But I get a little release down left. Are you just gonna stay up there? I saw so much left movement. When am I playing 2v2? I honestly don't know when we're gonna play 2v2s again. I have not been playing quite as much golf lately. We were on a roll with playing a bunch of golf, and then like the off season hit and we didn't have our tournaments, but now we've got tournaments going on again. And so we just haven't been playing any ranked. It's been tournaments or other games. We're gonna play all 4 tonight, Steve. So first 2 will obviously be trying to make the cut, and we'll play 3 and 4 if we make it. This is just getting warmed up. We just started, so just trying to get loose, so to speak. Super 4K on mobile, audio is choppy for music. Gonna restart the app. Okay, yeah. Let me know, cause I'm obviously running a bunch of stuff on my end. So any of this is new. This is brand new. It's in like alpha or beta. So let me know if there are issues with it. Audio is still choppy. Is it my voice or just the music in the background? Interesting. I mean, I'm not surprised that we're gonna have some issues. I wouldn't really expect much different. That's a great line. Ooh. Love to see it. Yeah, because the one thing I can probably still mess with is turning off all of the encoding on my end, force Twitch to do it all. the risk I take is that I'm not a Twitch partner, so I'm not guaranteed to have the encoding options. But we tend to have them, so definitely something we could look into. Is it gonna get spin from back there? And not quite enough. Pick a choppy for you on YouTube? Okay. Yeah, I know we're peeking it, so let me finish this hole and then I'll try something else again. Try and clear things up. Appreciate the feedback. Nice. Okay. So I'm going to restart the Twitch stream one more time here. Give me a sec. Did it not stop the stream? Okay. So that should be... everything should be back. Looks like we have quality options. Hey, thank you, Matt. How are you doing? Okay. So I think everything should be good there. We should have way less issue with how much we're outputting. I don't know why it's showing my... it might just be the way that it's reporting. Hopefully everything looks good on YouTube. My task manager is actually still going pretty heavy on the video encode, even though I'm not doing local transcodes. Turn the enhanced broadcasting off. Yeah, just keep me updated on how the stream looks and sounds on Twitch, on YouTube. Because technically right now we're running 4 versions of the stream. We've got the horizontal Twitch, horizontal YouTube, vertical Twitch, vertical YouTube. So, a lot going on. Just trying to make sure everything's working nice. It's perfect distance, it just stayed out. Okay. Stayed straight on me. All good on YouTube? Yeah, we'll just keep an eye on it. We'll just keep an eye on it. I've trimmed it down as much as I can. If we still have issues, then we might have to take off the Twitch vertical. But if it works, then great. You know, that's obviously best case scenario. Oh, it's up the hill. So this is probably gonna be a little bit... I want to be a little bit left. Nope, still to the right. Distance was great though. It actually wasn't as much to the right as I thought, but it still was. A lot better on your YouTube now? Okay, perfect. That's exactly what I want to hear, Steve. Yeah, because basically what I'm changing on my end, Twitch has... So YouTube does all of the transcoding on its end, right? Transcoding being the ability to watch in multiple quality configurations. Right, so I broadcast at 1080p, and then YouTube handles allowing you to watch at 720 or 480, you know, all those things. All of the downscales. Twitch will do that sometimes. Main thing is with Twitch that they will do it, but they won't guarantee it unless you're partnered, and we are not partnered. So basically we just take a risk by not doing it ourselves. They give us the option to do it ourselves, but it takes more resources because I have to do all of that on my computer. More resources to run, also way more resources to upload, so you need better bandwidth and everything as well. So I turn that off. The underswing just didn't give it a chance. So that's basically my last option, because otherwise then I have to downgrade the quality that I output. And I don't really want to do that, because then you start getting into weird stuff where the quality that you're outputting does not... not match like the bitrate. Oh, I pushed it. Like if you don't have enough bitrate, your quality is gonna look bad, even if you are outputting. Like you could stream 4K. Not that Twitch supports it, but you could stream 4K and have a low bitrate on it, and it's gonna look crappy. Like you're gonna get all pixelated, and because it doesn't have enough data to keep up. So finding the balance. %91%. % under, and rhythm was bad too. I guess I hesitated at the top of my swing. Normally I'm better at getting the committed downswing. I don't know. Swing's feeling pretty good though. Overall, we're rocking and rolling. Yeah, so in case you're coming in and not sure what we're talking about, we have access to the Twitch vertical beta. So if you're watching on mobile, which most of you do, and you don't like the vertical layout, hold it in portrait mode, click classic, it'll give you the full screen sideways. It'll be like nothing ever changed. 51, 49. Gonna be a little long. But I think this has a chance to hit backstop. Definitely has a chance to hit backstop. All right. Well played. Well played. All right, 8 under going out. We had a couple of holes there that we, you know, dropped the ball. We didn't score on them. Yeah, the ball striking's been good. It's getting these wins. It's getting these wins to play. I feel like sometimes these lies. As a putting bit, it's hit or miss. I feel like it's a little better, but I feel like it's always not hit or miss. It comes and goes. How about that? I think that's probably a better way to word it. It comes and goes. You know, sometimes it's there. Then sometimes it disappears on me. Oh, I left it open. Say I wanted to leave it a little bit right to let it drift left, and I think my brain said, oh, leave it right? I can do that. Little trickle, speaking of, little trickle to the right. Nope. That little trickled too much. I thought at the end it would come back, but I think I have to envision those with less comeback. Back-to-back opens. I'm not talking Scottish and the... Get left. Gotta have a stronger left finish, it seems. There we go. That's the swing we're looking for. Not the result, because it's going to roll down this... Oh, it's not going to roll down the hill. It stops. Okay, it's a chance. Not exactly where we wanted to be, but it's a chance. Okay. Love that. There it is. Look at that. Silky quads. Simple, smooth, effective. It's just like shots like this. With the wedge, we just have to be more precise. Because the problem is right now, I think, the wind is what gets me in trouble. It's always these sidewinders. It's always these sidewinders. Because even though it's short, you gotta go out here. At least that's what it feels like to me. I may have just overread that if we hit that exactly how I dialed it. You're in promotion points on TGC, so if you finish in the top 15%, you will get 1 promotion mark. If you finish in the top 7.5%, you will get an additional promotion mark. When you get 3, you move up. But if you miss a cut, you lose one of your promotion marks. If you finish in the bottom 15 and 7.5%, you can gain demotion marks. Demotion marks will cancel out your promotion marks. So if you finished, let's say you finished 5th and then you finished 5th to last, you're actually 1 demotion mark in the hole because you missed a cut, and then 2 demotion marks take you back. But it's 3 to go up, 5 to go down. Conversely, if you make a cut, you clear a demotion mark off if you have any. You're barely gonna make the cut in CCC with the 21 under. Yeah, it was a pretty easy CC track from the little bit that I had played for a warm up. This is like a pin high carry and then wind. Then wind comes in and I'm gonna overpower this. I gotta clear that front edge. Honestly, I was hoping for 102, 103 because of the uphill. And that was, I think with a 102 or 103, that might actually have a legitimate chance to go in. What's going on, RJ? Good evening. Played poorly in round 2, 15 and 6 under, 20 putts and 30 putts. Yeah, that is definitely one of those, the tale of 2 rounds. It always stings. It always stings, but better to be right on the cut line than on the demotion mark line, right? Because at least with one, it's like, okay, if we miss the cut, you know, wash your hands of it. Come back again next week. Oh, that is double cross. I got inside and outside. Mama, went to town. Inside, outside, upside down. What's going on, Busey? Good evening. Hope all is well. Hope your first week post promo event is treating you kindly. That'll work. 32nd out of 95 in your first TGC event? Get in there, Steve. Onwards and upwards. Absolutely love to hear it. Better strike. I am playing it out to the right with the hopes that it kicks oh, but I aimed it too far right so it doesn't catch the green when it lands. Okay, well, this isn't exactly the best place to be putting from. Somewhere out. We're gonna be somewhere out here, I think. Ah, it's just a little low. I don't know if that's I need to aim it more because it's so far out there. I think it is. I think when I have to aim that far out, I think I need to give it a little bit more for the way that it falls. A little bit more and then give it the touch of power so that you don't roll out too far. I'm feeling pretty good. I mean, we'll see how Maps course plays, but I'm feeling pretty good. I feel like the swing's there. You know, got to make good shots and make good decisions, but only a wedge. I don't need to worry about the distance it's cutting to the right as much. Nice, nice. I mean, we definitely slowed down after the way that we came out the gates, but I still think we're playing decently overall, or giving ourselves chances. I know it kicks to the right, but if it kicks straight enough, say if it kicks straight enough, we might have a chance. Tough hole location. Because I basically have to play a fade there. If I was good enough to play it still on the draw, that would have been the way that I'd want to play this. Oh wow, I actually pushed that a lot. I don't know, that might have thrown it off. I did not think I was that diagonal. What up, C3 Supply? Ever get bored of the same game over and over again? I mean, definitely do. Definitely do. I think the thing that keeps me interested in this is that we're playing different courses all the time, and it's it's competition, but we've also, to try and help with not getting completely burned out on the game, more recently we've been trying to introduce play in some other games, get different story games, play. We've been playing Mega Bonk recently. We're gonna be playing I think we're gonna start a new playthrough of something come next week, which is a good reminder. If anybody hasn't already voted in the Discord, in the suggestions tab, there is a straw poll open. If you'd like to have a little bit of input. That would be the place to go. Wow, okay. That really turned it over like another 5 yards more than I thought. Jeez. But it's also one of those things, C3, like, for as much as I play this game, I don't know. I don't feel that I play it that much in the grand scheme of things. I don't know which one is the best here, to be honest. I did need to club up one more. Okay. Good to know. Well, we get up and down for birdie. All-time favorite, Drew Meister? All-time favorite games? Oh man, that's tough. I'll say I'll start back like as a kid. I have nostalgia for Halo 2. If I had to pick all-time favorite, I'm probably gonna go with like Dark Souls or Dark Souls 3. I absolutely love anything from Software. Souls games are a happy place for me. DS2 considered a step below the others by most, I would say, Matt, but there is definitely a group of people who are big Dark Souls 2 enthusiasts. I think there are some neat concepts and different things that Dark Souls 2 has. I think the PvP was considered a lot better in Dark Souls 2, power stancing. The thing you will notice if you have played Dark Souls 2 and you have played Elden Ring, so Miyazaki is the one that was at the forefront of Dark Souls, Bloodborne, Dark Souls 3, Elden Ring. He was the lead on it. Tanimura led Dark Souls 2 and was like the associate director, I think. He was a higher role on Elden Ring, and you can see with the way that there are all of the like dungeon design, there's a lot of stuff that you can like, and I think some of the weapon things, you can feel his influence on that for sure. Yeah, so I love those games. I didn't get into those until I started streaming in college. But they're just, I love them. Like, yes, I love playing the golf games. Do not get me wrong. But those games definitely hold a special place for me. Like, they are challenging, but that combat, and it's very rewarding. Very, very rewarding. So that tends to be where I lean. I love the Halo games. I love the Halo games. I don't play them much anymore. I haven't played Halo in probably a couple years. I played Infinite when it came out. Is probably the last time I played. Trying to like pick my brain about some old stuff. I mean, I used to love racing. If I'm picking a racing game to go back to, I'm gonna 100% pick Midnight Club 3 Dub Edition. I think that was a very fun racing game back in the day. I don't know how it would hold up, but like they definitely have nostalgia for that game too. Much into Dark Souls? When I first started, like, it was everything that I'd ever heard about it was very intimidating. And understandably so, but it is just a very good challenge. You have to have patience with it, but it's like everything's like learning a dance and learning how to manage and trust yourself and build up your skill and awareness of things. I think that's why I enjoy it so much. And it's that sort of thing that's now driven me to, like, when I play other games, to go for the harder difficulties on the first play if it's something in that sort of combat. If it's a shooter or something, I'm probably not going to, but if it's a Souls-like we just played Star Wars Jedi Survivor, I did Jedi Grandmaster for the first time. One of the options on the poll for next game is the 2018 version of God of War. So whenever we get around to that, I am thinking I might go right into Gimme God of War. It may be painful. It may be painful for sure, but I feel like I've built a lot of confidence in my ability to tackle difficult things because of that. There might be a soft spot for it just because that's what I first started streaming, and that's like the main thing that I streamed for a long time. But yeah, I love those games. I do think if you're interested in even remotely giving those games a chance, I would say Elden Ring is the most beginner friendly. Doesn't mean it's easy, but I think it's the most beginner friendly. And then if you decide then, like, I enjoy that and I want to work my way back into some of the older games, you just have to take it with a grain of salt for the time that they came out, right? Dark Souls 1 is a 2011 game. If you play the Demon Souls remaster, that game originally came out in 2009. Even Dark Souls 3, I think, was 2016? I think it was like April 2016 DLC and like the following April. So you have to take it with a grain of salt how the mechanics are, how things flow. Because I think Dark Souls 1 has 8 directional rolling, right? Up, down, side, side, and then the diagonals. You get omnidirectional, I think, in 2 and beyond. So, like, little things like that. Anywho, I'm going to take a quick, 2-minute break here. And we will dive into round 1 of Plat and try and get things going here. Appreciate you all being here, and I'll see you in just a few. Let me restart the capture card. Always good to make sure that the capture doesn't get delayed. And we'll be right back.
It's raining.
Ads. Hey, what's going on, Matthew? It is indeed raining ads, but no worries. It is raining ads no more. Okay, well, we've warmed up with medium winds. We're going to get smacked with very highs, very firm, and moderate. So greens are actually like fairly receptive. Gotta be careful on the fairways and gotta make sure that we're good to go in terms of wind reads here, which I mean, there's not really make sure you're good to go. It's just hope that you read it right. Tried any of the Middle Earth games? I actually don't think I finished it, but I had played Shadow of War back on the Xbox One, probably like close to a decade ago. Okay, baby open. It's very firms. Hopefully this doesn't kick us all the way to the right. Okay, fairways are rolling, but we threw ourselves down here enough. Have a chance. It is a hill behind. Ball is below our feet, and we know that these turn over, so 229, let's see here, 16. Probably playing a little more than 16, but kind of in that awkward distance. I underswung that so much. I was trying to... that might work out with the very firms. Okay. Happy little accidents. So yeah, I was trying to... At the last second, I was like, oh, maybe I should just hit like 97, 98 instead. And I just like stopped my swing way earlier. But yeah, that'll play. That'll definitely play. Eagle to open. Sure thing. Sure thing. Firm, moderate, but with wind at the back. 4-iron. I think this will be fine because it's uphill. There's a little backstop just in case. Nope. Dang it. Dang it. That's so annoying, man. The very firm fringe. Very firm fringe. The uphill, I guess, just took a touch out of it. Okay, so this is where you have to... Actually, you don't have to. It is moderates. I say this is where you should you just super flop and you take it. But you know what? I want a chance to score. Because it's moderate green speed. All I need to do is, I actually think I need to, like, intentionally underswing this. Didn't get it left enough. That was the whole goal. Get it onto the hill, let it trickle down. I just route to the right. But that has a better shot, I feel like, to make it than super flopping. Okay, uphill, very firm. Let's go here. I think if we can get it in the right spot. Ooh. That was way open. I'd rather do that there. Just starting the rounds, Whacker? Indeed. Indeed, indeed, indeed. We are we're on hole 3, round 1. Eagled the first, parred the second. So we're off to the races. $35, $39. It's gonna be close, but hey, thank you for the luck. I think I'd rather try and shave this off. I feel like this putt has to just start outside the hole. Okay, that's good info to pick up there. It didn't actually have to start just outside the hole. It was, or where I did, it was probably like right off the edge. These to me are so painful. Cause it is firm moderate, but it's just like tight windowed, and then you're in this like, this is very firm, this is firm, and very firm is death. Like, unless you play for it, right? But then you get in that weird like, am I gonna make it up onto the green? How do I judge the rollout of it? That's always the part that I struggle with. The way that it read that out, was not expecting it. JB, welcome back. Thank you very, very much for the resub. Hope you continue to enjoy your faces. It's saying subscribe for 4 months. They're on a 4-month streak, but then my thing says about resubscribe for 6 months. So is that like you have? Did you just resub for 6 months, or did you at some point sub for 6 months at one go, and this is just like the share? I don't know what it's trying to tell me. Alright, I'm trying to play the fade here. Okay, so it holds out. That fade, because the wind is tailing, even though it's tailing slightly to the right, it just leaves it out there. Definitely the safer play, but this isn't exactly like a, oh, play it out here and get a good look at it. It's like, Just telling me that I know you know my pain? Got it. Get in there, Busey. Over 9,000 channel points redeemed at one time. What? $13% underswing? What in the world? Gotta hit it, Veritas. I do gotta hit it. I don't know what happened there. That was weird. That was weird. Alright, shake it. Shake it, shake it, shake it off. That's your normal 2-putt. That's your normal 2-putt par. Yeah, that was really weird. It's like my normal, like, I don't know. I could not tell you what happened there. Okay, Matt. We gotta just peel this up right and let it kick left around the corner. Use the contours of the place. You just like little bunkers? Think they're neat? Yeah, Matthew, not the typical way to do it. Also, not the comfortable way to do it. Might be a little in between clubs, potentially. Hoping that we get a little kick with it. I know it's moderates, but it's downwind with the choked. And now I realize it's only a choked pitching wedge, but stuff still chases a little bit when there's wind at the back. Okay. Much better. Much better. Let's keep it going. It's gonna be close to taking off the 14 yards. 97. 82 would be somewhere back here. It's 6 iron, wind's kind of in the face. I think it'll be... I'll give it a little. Oh, I closed it. Dang. Just turns that shot straight into the wind. Long putt up the hill. Long putt up the hill. Okay. Double breaker. Gonna try and figure out what I'm looking at here. Like, how fast are these actually moving? This feels like it should be more left to right. Yeah, let's just go with something like this. I don't understand why is my putting power so off? I don't know what's going on here that, like, I'm coming up way short. The percentages haven't changed. I was putting fine. Weird. Don't feel like it's a lack of focus, but I guess I'm just gonna have to try and focus more. I don't know. How? I had the left. I'm like intentionally swinging left. How do I... Pulled that one. I don't get it. I'm like intentionally trying to feel like I'm swinging to the left, and it goes 5 degrees to the right. Try to free will it from now on like you do every other day? Yeah, I try and just show up and play, and I mean obviously I care a little bit more, like I read the putts a little bit longer, but I try and keep things in a pretty calm state of mind. Okay, I don't know why I'm coming up so short on the... What is happening? What is happening? I don't understand, Spins. How am I coming up this short? Holy cow. I'm like holding... okay, we missed that one, but like I'm holding on to the putt even longer. Holy cow, we just blew all of our strokes. Because it went in the water because it didn't... I don't understand what's going on, dude. Well, you want to talk about trying to just treat it like any other thing, JB? Really hard to treat it like any other thing when, like, all of a sudden everything feels broken. Like, becomes just so hard to trust anything. Like, feel like I'm swinging left, shot goes 5 degrees right, and then I have 3 putts that have come up like a combined like 30-something% short. Like, it does not compute. I mean, I get a miss, but like missing that egregiously is really, really bad. So we'll, yeah. Try and take the triple in stride and fight back. But, yeah, definitely not pretty. This fairway hated you? Yeah, it's a pretty tough fairway. I really thought the wind was gonna peel a huge amount more. That's because I haven't, Busey. That's the thing, I haven't missed putts that bad. I could not even begin to tell you, yeah, what was happening. Still gonna skirt low on me. Alright, well, quads is a good sign. Could be a controller issue. Yeah, but I feel like we played 18 holes. We played 18 holes right before this and had 0 issues. So I have to believe that something, like, all of a sudden was, like, not processing up here, and I don't know if it's because of the 121s or what. But I don't know. I try to be slow to blame hardware. Try and look internally first, and then take it from there. Okay, I'm banking on the uphill making the wind play less. Okay, it's a good shot. Doesn't break. Doesn't freaking break. I don't know if I just need to be more aggressive in that and not take it so far outside the hole. I don't know. I'm letting all the things that have gone wrong influence everything else that could go right. 5-iron choked approach, I'm gonna have to hit it a little hard. Up the hill. I think we gotta go a little more high here. I know we have it in us to make it through this adversity, if you will. Also, quick status check. Is everything looking good on the streams? If anybody is watching on Twitch mobile and you've got the portrait mode, you can hold it upright and click classic view if you want to see the normal sideways stream. Well, to be honest, I kind of think we're screwed. Getting kicked off the fairway like that, I think we're dead in the water with this wind. Because I think that the next club up is gonna be too far. I'm gonna try and squeeze this. We might end up way short, but oh, squeezes through. We might get some release with the we might get some release. The wind was in the face though. What up, Andrew? Someone told you that 1600 through 2 is what the cool guys are shooting this week? Well, I had a 17% under hit. Like an 11% and something else on my putts so far today. So that, and I had a putt or a shot where I felt like I hit it. I hit a contact left, and it was open, and we put it in the water. So I took a triple bogey. I missed some scoring opportunities because of who knows what. So now we're in the fun of just like in our heads about weird things. I'm gonna run out of steam. I don't understand what's going on right now. What's going on, John? Good evening. Good evening, night. What up, bot? I hope you saw I had another True Sim hole out. You know, if you missed the Albatross from last week, we had an Eagle hole out this week as well. I know you're always looking out for when we have those, so, you know, just got some more for you. I get the vertical stream on Twitch. You have to sign up for, I guess it's in like an alpha or beta. You have to apply for it and then wait to get selected. I was surprised that we got it as fast as we did. So yeah, I guess I guess if you're watching on mobile, it's defaulting to the portrait, but you can collect classic view and turn it sideways. I don't know what people. I was kind of hoping that it would be like if you watched horizontal, it would be horizontal view, and then when you flipped it, it would change. But that doesn't seem to be the way it's behaving right now, so yeah, just something to keep an eye on. Trying to give people more ways to watch. But if people don't like it, we can also not use it. Hole one on the long par 3 in True Sim tonight? Oh, just sneak it in there. Put like well, it depends on what audio's there. Yeah, just throw the clip up anyway, see if anybody notices. I could just put a little thing that it was your channel instead of mine. Farm the views. Be like, I got permission, guys. It's okay. I'm not stealing content, I promise. I cannot get these left to right reads down consistently. Sometimes we get them, and then other times we're like this, where we're just suddenly a few yards off. Now this is where the good players chip in. I squared it up, and I somehow under-rhythmed it and stuff too. Nice. Probably can't be that. Streamer has to sign up, JB. So I have to stream it because I have to provide a vertical. I don't even know what you call it. A vertical layout to Twitch, and then they broadcast it. What's going on, Uncle John? Goes to horizontal view. So if you rotate, it automatically changes. I like tried to. How you switch to that view? So if you hold your phone in portrait mode, there should be a little button that pops up that says about view portrait mode or something like that, or like view portrait view, and then it's like it's like classic view, something like that. I think it's only toggleable from portrait, and it also might be different Android to Apple. That's one piece of the puzzle that I don't know. What's going on, Maximo? Surprised it bounces that much. I guess it's firm greens, it's not moderate greens. There we go. Must not be available on iOS yet, not seeing it. I don't know if it's a regional thing, Spencer, because like I brought it up on mine at the start of the stream. It's like when I clicked on my rounds, you have to tap on it? It came up like right away. Is it not coming up now? Hold on. Let me just make sure in my settings. Okay, so when I turned off tap the stream picture. No, so it should be like a I think I know what happened. So when I turned off, I think we actually just turned off, when I was having issues earlier, I think it actually just turned off the vertical stream. So what I mean, Uncle John, is that it would come out in like a vertical canvas. So what I mean by that is this. The stream would actually... So what happened is when I changed stuff to save bandwidth, it actually closed this out. So this is what I'm talking about. This is what the stream would look like. So there is a YouTube vertical stream that is in this format. So the problem is actually that I turned off... So, like, it obviously you have elements that are out of view, but I have some fancy masking stuff to bring some of the information back into play. So the thing is, when I was having issues with the number of track, like we were getting some lag and some audio issues because I was streaming 2 vertical and 2 horizontal. So I turned off the enhanced broadcasting. But what that ended up doing was actually the enhanced broadcasting is required for the vertical, which right now I am encoding at 92%. So when I added the Twitch one, it jacked it all the way up to over 100%. It was capping out, and so we were getting some hiccups. We were getting some hiccups in things. So I'll have to tweak some stuff, mess around with it. It might, I wonder if it had something to do with like a bitrate and things that I was trying to do on the vertical stream because it was only going to YouTube. I don't know that that'll affect the video encode. I might not be able to handle it. Like, that's the truth of the matter. I might not be able to handle a 4th. Which, even though it's using the same horizontal, like, it should be using the same encoding, just 2 encoders and just uploading it. There's something weird that's going on. I'll have to look into it. This time, drop it in for the Ace Patros. YouTube, you can't see the score and yardages as well? Wait, what are you talking about, JP? So I have 2 YouTube streams. One of them is the same one that Twitch has, and then I have a second one that is vertical that has... It should have little overlays that you can see. You can see this guy, and the thing in the top left. Red Sea, thank you very much for the follow. Very firms. This is going to be such a tight windowed shot. We'll see how it goes. I closed it. Womp womp. Long bunker shot, here we come. Been a while since he did on YouTube. Just seemed to look neater here. You remember, probably identical. Yeah, so the full screen YouTube is the exact same. The vertical one is separate, has a separate, you know, everything. Okay, shouldn't really get too in trouble in terms of the uphill here. I don't love the open because I was trying to be a little more left. Well. Overswung it. So I've hit 2 perfect chips. One I underswing, one I overswing. Alright, apparently it's just not my week. Had some weird things go wrong and then can't quite seem to... That was much better. Very disappointed in that closed on the drivable 4. Would have liked to have seen a better opportunity there. Okay, that's the babyest double cross. Pin's back there. Thing is, it's uphill, so I don't know that that's a good idea. We'll see. The real goal here is to step on this as much as possible. Got 103. I mean, I need the, like, 108 if I want to even sniff the back of the green. I just don't have the timing. I just don't have the timing for it. Not the worst. %78%, come on. I don't get it. I don't understand where these underswings are coming from. Like 3%? I feel like I'm hitting it over and I'm under. My brain cannot compute right now. Like, what is happening with that? Okay. Yeah, I mean, putter wasn't firing, that's for sure. 2 of 9, 4 of 5, but we had some really funky stuff, so. We still got to 11 under despite. No, we had a triple, so we got to 8 under. I wasn't looking at the over. Yeah, so we had that triple bogey. Just got to come back with a better round 2. I don't know what that was. There were some really weird things in there, but we're staying alive. We're staying alive. If we can have a solid round 2, I think we can make a cut. Yeah, I don't know what was going on with those putts. Like I haven't been that short on putts ever, let alone to be like consistently then just under hitting things by more than 1%. Weird. All right, let's take a quick 3-minute breather, and we'll come back and we'll rock and roll in round 2. Try and make a cut here and see where we can go from there. Thanks for being here, everybody. Just a reminder, we got a poll in Discord, so if you're interested in having a say in what we play next week for our variety game starting up, get in there. Anywho, BRB. Ads. All right, it's bounce back time. It's really weird though, because like we shot double digits, but had some like weird stuff, and it just really messed with us. So they're flipping things around a little bit. Winds come down. They're still high, but now we've got firm fairways, very firm greens. Green speed still stays in that moderate, so I got to keep that in mind. It means we're just gonna have to be hitting putts firmer. Let's get after it. Try and be up the left-hand side a little bit more. Okay, that's a good swing to start. That's a very good swing to start. Yeah, I just need something. I feel like I'm just, I don't know. I feel like I'm just in this land where I'm like guessing. I also have to factor in that like if this is very firm, I need to take some off of it. Like this is below the feet, so you know it's going out, and then the wind. And I think I like lose track of that sometimes, exactly how much it's going, so I'm gonna go a little more left because I need to give room for the green to take it. Hold it. But pull is definitely the miss that you would want to have. Straight is probably a pretty good shot. Missing it open, not so much. Okay, so greens are technically a little faster here. I don't get it. I'm 3% under again. What is my brain doing? Like, gotta stop that and fast. Okay, it's an uphill putt. Hit your pace, dude. Hit your pace. %61%. I don't know if it's just like maybe I'm feathering the stick too much tonight for some reason. Like maybe I'm not pulling it all the way back, or I need to be pulling it more all the way back. Maybe I don't know, maybe my rhythm is just off in that sense. I mean, at least the first missed putt was for eagle, right? Like, we still score by 7. I know it's very firm, but I don't think that gets there. Definitely a weird distance to be at. I think I'd rather be trying to take off of this. The very firms. Nope, was still off to the left. Dang, man. Can't seem to get it right consistently. $50. Okay, that's helping. That's helping. Let's be more aggressive on the putt pace, that like on the way that I'm physically swinging the stick. Hey, thank you for the luck, Gary. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, we're in between. Wind is playing a little bit in, so that should help us. It's the very firm that gets me a bit nervous. Very firm. You know, for being very firm, that really sat softly, which makes me upset because I'm playing for a big kick. The wind's only a little bit in. Oh, it's just painful. What up, Aaron? Welcome back, sir. Hope all is well. Even though it's up the hill, I feel like I can't adjust too inward from the uphill. This is what if I could have figured this out in the first round, we would have been in a much better spot right now. Rounds have been weird to say the least. They're starting to go a little better. We're making some putts. I've had like a weird fit of the underswings. Like anywhere from 3% underswing putt to like 11 to 15% or something like that. I know it's mental. I think I was like feathering the stick more than I usually do, and so like the timing to visual was like not lining up the way that I'm used to, and I was coming up way short. So we're tinkering with some stuff on the fly here. So far it seems like it's helping a little bit. Hold it. Okay. Got a little too inside. I know it's moderates. Either underswing it or overswing it. I like can't seem to hit the distance. Kiddo dressing up for his Halloween. He wants to be a ghost, so we got him like this ghost like poncho. It has the like cloth ties on the end, you know, like those I don't know what they're called. They're like those more like felty kind of blankets that have, you basically tie the two pieces together to make the blanket. It's got that like on the bottom of the poncho. I don't know, we asked, and he was consistent in wanting to be a ghost, so Kiddo's gonna be a ghost this year. Should be fun, because this is the first... We moved here in November, so this will be our first Halloween here. And it seems like the... Seems like the development is pretty active with Halloween. Oh, come on. I thought I was going to carry a little bit further than that. I thought the 7 yards further, it's very firms with the tailwind. So I gotta hit a soft 9 there. Is that what it is? Like I have to hit a partial 9 instead of trying to hit. Man, I thought the downhill the wind was gonna take it. Pankaj, thank you very much for the YouTube sub. Thank you. Alright, well, lesson learned. Lesson learned. I thought the wind was gonna do more damage. Something like here, 76. %3 under again. Alright, so whatever I've been doing, that putt could have been pretty decent. Whatever I've been doing, that didn't translate well there. But I think I have to be like okay with over... That's the thing, I think I have to be okay with over hitting these putts. I think I'm like... Keep leaving them short. Need to leave them long, if anything. Okay, played the big cut. Get the bounce, release up there. Oh, that'll play. That's much better. That's much better. Well, this is actually like in a spot where it becomes a little bit tempting. I don't think it actually makes sense to. But you could argue 320 into the 330s. It's not very firms, and it does kick to the right. I mean, if you missed right, yeah, I'm not going to, but it's definitely a shot that you could take there if you were a power hitter who could consistently just like bomb the ball. But you have to have a lot of control. I think I'm gonna take the safe way. Very firm up the hill with wind at the back. I would have to think that this is still gonna get a nice little skip up there. Okay. I still think, in my head, even I know the green speeds, I still think it's gonna get a skip and roll. Like, it's a choke shot, you got wind at the back, like you're taking flight out of it. In my head, if I go full shot, I'm going long. Okay. We're making a push. We're making a push on this round to try and salvage. And this is such a mean... Such a mean fairway. I'm gonna try and play a fade here. Take a little bit out of it, but also try and get it to turn over to the right so that we don't get completely through the fairway here. Okay, it's not a fun lie by any stretch. I don't know how to judge this. Well, I had it. I had it before I moved it. Okay. I mean, that works. 7 under going out this time. We're almost tied for all of round 1. So I would say we're doing a pretty good job at damage control here. Still plenty of round left to go, but might be enough to get us a little bit on track for a cut. $85. 74. Yeah, I'll take this. It might be kind of going like right at the pin. But I'm hoping that with the wind and everything, it knocks it down. Excellent. What's the cut at? I have no idea. I had to show up and play. We'll find out after the after we finish. Yo, what's going on, Lucas? I'm not gonna lie, man. Thinking about you recently, I was like, man, I haven't seen Lucas in a long time. Hope everything's going well, dude. Hope everything is going well. Hopefully it was nothing too bad that took you away from Twitch. 74. There it is. All's well, just trying to limit your online presence a bit more. Consumes too much of your life. I respect that, man. I respect that. Yeah, definitely gotta have a healthy balance with these things. See, it's like the more you play it safe, the longer the approach shot gets. Yeah, what up, ears? Family's doing well, Lucas. I don't know how. I guess I was gonna say I don't know how long it's been, but I probably can look. Okay, so about 2 months. In about 2 months. So yeah, I guess trying to get you caught up on anything you missed. Star Wars Jedi Survivor, we played through all of that. Hey, thank you, JB. Oh no, am I gonna have to balance multiple JBs? We played all of Jedi Survivor on Jedi Grandmaster difficulty. There is a poll in the Discord if you are gonna spend some time around and you want to see what the next game is. We started playing Mega Bonk. Most importantly, big things coming at the house. They started finishing our basement last Friday, and even more importantly, and the most important of all, we will be taking a hiatus come March, because we got a baby girl on the way. So now you're caught up. Hey, thank you guys. Oh, now it wants to roll out. I got it. When I don't think it's going to, that's when it does. When I think it's going to, that's when it doesn't. Love that for me. No, seriously, thank you guys for the congrats. I appreciate it. Let's see what we can do here. Can make a putt. That's what we can do here. Year and a half or so. Just about a year off there, Lucas. He's 2.5. Time do be flying. Time do be flying. Yeah, so they'll be about 3 years apart when all is said and done, which I think is a good age gap, especially the first time around. I don't know how families do nothing against people that do it, but like doing now Irish twins, I don't know how people do that, but like when people have kids that are like a year, like 2 under 2. How did he age 2.5 years in 6 months? Also, what's going on, Kara? Vandy, welcome back. How's the bonking going? It's Scooby-Dooby-Doo be like that? Like zoinks, man. Scoob, where'd the time go? Steady Shreddy. Hello, hello. Uphill, so I'm gonna go a little bit more to the right. 168, 157. Yeah, we'll go with this. Okay, distance came out well short, but I also got that way off. You got 2 under 2, it's insane. Yeah, I don't know how you do it. I mean, I know my wife was already talking about for the third one having them closer together. But we'll be playing that one by ear. We'll definitely be playing that one by ear. No, I guess I just underread something at the start of that, maybe? Now we can do what, 3? I mean, in an ideal world, I think my wife would want 4. But realistically, 3. Nice playing by the looks of it, D-Brad. We shot 8 under in the first round with the triple bogey and like a couple of 10% underswings and a bunch of 3% underswings. So yeah, this round's going well. Nothing profound, been too careless in your runs. Gotta take precaution when bonking. That's rule number 1. You played it quite a bit. Yeah, we're like 18 hours into it, Kara. It's so much fun. I want to be left because the green goes left to right. It's one of those, I was in like a pretty decent aim, but you know, you just get scared off sometimes by the contours. You had 9 under in round 1? Yeah, we had an 11. We had 11, we had 7 birdies, 2 eagles, and a triple. Because I had a shot where I felt like I hit it closed, and it somehow was 5 degrees open with the wind going that way, put it in the water, and then I had a few putts on it. Like, we actually, I guess, played that round really well, but did not have that round pan out for us at all. But yeah, how have you been, Kara? It's, I'm assuming work's been busy and, I don't know, IRL relationships and Final Fantasy XIV consuming your free time? Or has the status quo changed? $56, so I gotta take a little bit off of it. Very firm. It is uphill. I guess the headwind ended up playing a little bit there. That stinks. Oh, wow, it died. I mean, I underhit the rhythm, but maybe that was enough. It checked it into the hill instead. Alright, well, I can't get there, unfortunately. I guess we'll just send Choked Hybrid down and try and play a wedge game in here. I may have been better, and I thought about this off the tee, but I may have been better going shorter to have more club coming into this. Yeah, what up, Mills? When do you think fittings max out? Plus 10? What are they at now? Plus 8? I mean, we still have 2 seasons to go. So I would expect plus 12. Or was it plus 8 and then the mid one, did it not increase the max but increase the rest of them? Or did, no, it's 7, 8, right? I don't even know at this point. I don't remember what the upgrades do. They don't document it well. You just have to like go in and do it. Yeah, I mean, it's only going up a couple more, but there are still 2 seasons to get through, so definitely have to keep that in mind. I gotta punch this through a little bit. Gotta punch this through a little bit. Oh, that put the distance control like spot on. Plus 12 is where you think the max is trending towards? I mean, it's... I get what they're trying to do. It's probably too much, though. Like, at the end of the day, it's probably too much to have these things be able to put, you know, add so much stat. It's like... I get that they don't want the game to get stale. They keep trying to do stuff with fittings. This time, you know, they introduced fittings in 23, and then they try and, like, expand upon it. Make it this whole dynamic thing. I don't know. I don't know, man. It is what it is. Let's just hit a hole in one. Wow. See, I don't get it. I don't get it. Sometimes the wind just takes complete hold of it, and other times it doesn't. I don't feel like sometimes it doesn't make sense. But maybe I have to start just hitting some like 97% partials or something. I don't know. Because I feel like I'm always shorter than I want to be with the choked and longer than I want to be when I hit the full shot. Maybe I have to just start trying to hit a semi-partial. Because, like, worst case scenario, I'm going to end up in one of the spots I would have ended up anyway. So try and give myself, like, a new opportunity, so to speak. Can't see. Maybe I only have to add power on the ones that are like mega breakers. Maybe that's the case. Yeah, what up, Jim? At a period of diminishing returns as they get higher? Yeah, I definitely is the case. But you also have to figure it lends itself best to any of the like the more balanced builds, which is basically Magician. Because the most balanced stat pool has the most to gain because you can distribute fittings more. You don't have to stack fittings. But as we all knew was always going to be the case, it really is just to make it so that all of the builds, for the most part, become basically the same by the end of the game cycle. More or less. I mean, obviously there are some minute differences, but a little right. I tried to sit it as soft as I could, but, you know, very firm bounce, so we'll see. Okay, we have a look at Eagle. About my thoughts on Penn State? I appreciate what Franklin did for the program, but I knew a long time ago that he wasn't going to be the guy to take it to the top of the mountain. So, I agree with the decision. Yeah, and I hope that they get the guy for the job. I don't know who that's going to be. Don't know who that person is going to end up being, but that's my general take on it. Nice putt. That's how you cap it off. All right, good comeback round. Good comeback round. Imagine if this is the year they finally beat Ohio State. Won't happen, but a funny thought. Yeah, and that's part of the coaching, because I think, you know, when I look back over the years, 2014, when Franklin took over the program, they took Ohio State to double overtime and lost. There was some BS call. There was a I was at that game. There was an interception, or yeah, it was either an interception or a completion. Like, Ohio State either picked off Penn State or a completion that the ball touched the ground. Like, it was not, in fact, that. Touched the ground. You could see it on the in-house feed. You could see it on the in-house feed, and apparently that feed was not available to them for replay review. And it stood, and they had an extra, I think they had a field goal attempt that they made. It literally went off like 3 seconds after, like the snap was like 3 seconds after the clock hit 0. They didn't call delay a game. Kick is good. Took it to double overtime, and they won that game. 2016 was the only time they beat them. You know, then we went and won the Big Ten championship, and then got snubbed for the college football playoff for Ohio State, which really ticked me off. Try to think what else happened. I think even that next year, was it 2017? Barkley housed the opening kickoff. Like, there have been so many close, like, Ohio State had one loss, but still, yeah, it was so bad. What's up, Rev? I think I was looking at the Penn State Ohio State like matchups over the past number of years. Penn State Ohio State history. I want the historic scores. Yeah, so let me see here. So dating back, so when Franklin took over, we lost 31-24 in double overtime. Then we went on there. I remember in 2015 we got smoked. We got smoked in Columbus. We got smoked in Columbus in 2013 too, but that was Hackenberg and whatever. That was 38-10. Then we won the 24-21. 2017, we should have won that. We had the chance to win that game. We lost 39-38. We lost 27-26 in 2018. We lost 28-17 in Columbus, 38-25 at Penn State, 33-24 on the road, 44-31, 20-12, and 20-13. The numbers are a little bit skewed on some of those more recent ones because I know that there were some ones with, like, I think Sean Clifford got injured in one of those games and went out. Penn State should have beat them last year. I don't think they'll beat them this year. I mean, they definitely won't beat them this year, but I think even with Aller, who knows? But that Oregon game mentally destroyed. Beat Ohio State last year, why Penn State didn't run the ball and the goal line amazed you. I meing, I think some of that is Kodolnicki trying to dial stuff up, but yeah, like you've got Nick Singleton, you got Katron Allen, you got what's supposed to be a good, like, maybe disguise something that looks like a pass, or just like, because it felt like I think Penn State was getting stuffed when they knew it was going to be a run, but I think if you did some sort of creative run instead of trying to force it, that pick in the back of the end zone was crazy. Because I was on the far end zone watching the game, and I was incomplete. I was like, oh, they're reviewing if it was a touchdown, and then they come back and it was interception. And I was like, well, yeah, when they came out the gate, and did he throw a pick six? I think Ohio State threw like a pick six early. And I think Penn State was up like 10-0, and then like had driven the field and got stuffed, I think, at like the 1 yard line twice. Yeah, Penn State definitely could have won that last year. I mean, not that it matters. They still lost to Oregon in the Big Ten Championship and then lost to Notre Dame. It's like if they played the way they did last year, the expectations weren't quite as high. But if they actually had a receiving core last year, Penn State would have done well. If they beat Ohio State, it actually would have mattered, because I don't think Ohio State might not make college football playoff. Ohio State hit their stride like right at the end of the, like, they got their behinds whooped by Michigan, and then when I saw them come out the gate in week 1 of the college football playoff, I was like, oh, this team's gonna win the whole thing. If Penn State beats them before that, I don't think they get in if the rest of the season pans out the same way. Now, obviously, things could be different. Penn State wins that game, it could change the trajectory for the team in other ways. But I think if you can take that moment in time and tweak it, I don't think Ohio State makes the college football playoff because of their record. Even though, the committee would probably throw them in anyway, because I feel like Ohio State is just one of those programs that unless there's enough against them. Bama was the same way. Now they were outside looking in last year because they had lost too many. But yeah. What could have been? I think this year was just like the pressure. Those guys haven't played with that pressure before. Would have been Bama or Ohio State as last team in? Yeah. I think if we were in a world where you have like 2-3 loss teams between the two of those, and you're like floating like who should make it, they're probably putting them in over somebody that should have. But yeah, I'm trying to think back on it. It's the pressure. I think that's what it is, because they came out the gate and I was like, they don't look great and they're not playing good opponents yet. And then like the defense held in against Oregon, whatever they were doing, like they hung around. They weren't scoring, but they hung around. And then they got down and I was like, oh, and then they fought back. I was like, okay, like, oh, we're in it. And then, things go. And then it was like that start of that second overtime, first play, pick. And that was the season. I know it was another loss to another great team that like we could have won. I don't want to say should have because you got to go earn it, but could have won. And it's just like, I think with the way that expectations were riding and like you lose that one early knowing you still have Ohio State. And then I think you walk into the next game thinking like, well, we'll just go about our business and win, but they're not as relaxed, like all that pressure, all the like everything inside of the heads. No, it didn't have to be the season. It didn't. I'm going to say in a normal world, let's look at the past couple of seasons where Penn State beats everybody not named Ohio State and Michigan. Obviously Oregon and stuff, like the Pac-12 guys have joined since, so it kind of skews some things. But in a normal world, you lose to Oregon and you lose to Ohio State, you probably don't make the Big Ten championship game, but you're given like those are good enough opponents that they'd make the college football playoff, and then season doesn't matter, you play in from there. But for whatever reason, I think having the time zone travel and probably thinking like UCLA's 0-4, their coach just got fired. Like that's the sucker game right there. That's the sucker game right there. The coach got fired, which means that everything that you watched on tape doesn't matter anymore because it's not the same people calling the plays. Like things they're trying to instantiate change. They're more fired up to fight for their coach. Like you got all of that sort of thing going on, and then okay, now you lose two, and like then it becomes a mental thing, and now we lose Aller on top of it for the season. Like we might not make a bowl game. As harsh as that is, redshirt freshman quarterback, Penn State's not really notorious for their quarterbacks in recent times. You had Hackenberg, McSorley. McSorley was fun. He was a more mobile guy, but you also have him paired up with like Saquon and stuff. So like, and Chris Godwin, like you had receivers, you had NFL receivers and tight ends at like Gesicki and Saquon. Like he could hit home runs because he had playmakers with him, and that's a great blend. But then like you move on and you've got Clifford for what felt like 8 years. He wasn't actually there that long, but man, it felt like Clifford was here forever. And like he was all right, but it was just another quarterback who was good but could never get over the hump. Aller had like more potential, but mentally just didn't take it that final step to be great. He went from this guy has the potential to build into. I never really thought he could be the first overall. I know that there were some speculation of that, but could have been potentially a first-round draft pick, and has regressed and now is injured. And like, I wouldn't be surprised if he's taken as like a 5th-round flyer. It's unfortunate to see. And like Bo Pribula, he transfers. Penn State has had this propensity over the past number of years to have like a 1-2 punch where like the second guy is a more athletic one. Tommy Stevens transferred to Mississippi State. I don't think he panned out. But like Will Levis went to Kentucky and balled out. Pribula went to Missouri and he's been doing pretty well. I mean, he did throw a pick at the end of that game, but he was playing pretty well against Bama, or at least well enough to keep him in the game. But now we're down to Ethan Grunkemeyer and Jackson Smolik, and it's like, I don't know what their, recruit. Not that your recruiting stars matter once you actually start playing and get in, but like, I don't know where those guys came in at. I don't know what the expectation for them should be. But right now, like, they're effectively rookies getting thrown into the fire. So we'll see how it pans out. Like, the next 2 games are gonna suck. It's at Ohio State and then home against Indiana. I'm gonna go to the Indiana game and be sad Got those tickets before the season started. But yeah, what they're at 3-3. Could have beaten Iowa. Could have beaten Iowa. Could have beaten Northwestern. Could have beat UCLA. Like, yeah. But now they're 3-3. They got to win 3 games. I mean, it's gonna be tough sledding. Even with like the easier games of like you got to take care of Rutgers and Michigan State, and I think there's somebody else in there at the end of the season. One game you show out randomly at every talented team with a bad record hat. Yeah, you just gotta hope that either the ground game gets going like big time, and that the quarterback can play clean and good. Like Gronkmeyer doesn't throw that pick before the end of the first half, or like I think he something at the end of the game there, like just little. Was it the first half? I don't know. He threw some pick that, you know, without that you could probably win the game. NAL situation at Penn State, I think good. I mean, look at the number of seniors and NFL talent that they brought back. Penn State's got money. Penn State is a very, very big, I think it's the biggest alumni like association in the world. There's money to be had. I don't know who all gives. Pick anyone on the market. I missed that, Lucas. I will answer that. We're gonna take a quick 3-minute break. I will answer that, and we'll get golfing when we come back. I'm not gonna just sit here on a Penn State talk show for without play. We'll take a 3-minute breather. We'll come back. I'll answer that. We'll play round 3. BRB.
It's raining.
Ads. All right. Let's see here. Back tees, medium, normals, and fast. All right. Tamer. The greens, they're getting quicker, but fairly tame. So, if I pick anyone on the market, first off, I'll say I don't really know fully all the coaches on the market. But I don't know. It's like you gotta get somebody who's equipped to win now. I think I know that Matt Rule's name like came out immediately, but I think for someone like him, like he's building a program at Nebraska, but they're still like in that, you know, who have they beaten sort of spot. The wind didn't quite hold it up enough. Okay, just a little off. Don't know if Rule can win it all. Always gotten to 10-win season and then dip. Yeah, I understand that he has connections to the team. I don't think Rule is your guy. Now, if you go back in history, like, if you moved the timelines of things around, then maybe Rule is the type of guy that, had he already had the success at Temple and Baylor, like, then you bring him into Penn State, like, on the heels of Bill O'Brien, like, a Penn State guy, like, okay, there I understand. But, like, Penn State has the fan base, they have the NIL money. I think they do. I think they have the mindset of win now, and if you can bring in the right coach, you know, maybe start to get a little bit more of that pull back as far as recruiting like Ohio and stuff goes. Craig, thank you for the YouTube sub. I just think you need somebody who's had teams compete in big games and win them. Because that's where Penn State has lacked. I pulled it. That was a big pull. That was a big old pull. Iowa State's coach would be interesting. See, that's the thing. I'm not like, I know, obviously, like the Power 4 schools, but I can't say that I have like tracked their successes enough to have like a really educated answer of like, oh yeah, these guys have great track records of competing and beating these bigger, these higher ranked opponents. You want Penn State to dip back into Vandy's coaching pool? First Franklin after his success at Vandy, and then come up and replace Franklin? What a switcheroo that would be. Just missed it high. Clearly, is a shout. Would need to bring along his offensive coordinator, though. He's a large part of their success. And that, to me, has been... I would almost say, just based on what I've seen over the past decade or so at Penn State, I think that the head coach that you bring in needs to be the play caller. So whoever the best head coach is that also calls his own plays. This dependency on the offensive coordinator and defense, like, I understand, but like it has been just I mean, look how many offensive coordinators Penn State has burned through. The fact that we have Kotelnicki for a second year is like a crazy thing. This carousel of offensive coordinators is incredibly challenging. The offense has to change all the time. Like, your offense has to change all the time, and I don't know, it just feels like you get so much inconsistency year to year. Now, I don't know how much that even exists anymore. Like, I know in the pros you have some of those offensive-minded head coaches, but I don't know if that's really a thing that exists all that much these days. Day has never struggled to call plays, trusted Chip Kelly to call them because he played for Chip. Oh, come on. We're gonna go through this now where like we sunk everything to make the cut and now we can't do anything. Coaches that don't call plays, someone struggled for a while like Day Sarkisian. Day gave it up the year he won it all. I don't know. I just feel like that's been a piece of Penn State's issue, but I don't know. Maybe it is just the general coaching and decision making. You know, when to be aggressive and when not to be. You know, maybe that's a piece of it. I don't know. I guess that's kind of the question. Like in those big games, what is the thing about Franklin that they couldn't get the job done? Get ex-NFL coordinators. Look at Saban. Yeah, but I don't know if that's necessarily always the case. I don't know. The tough thing is some of those guys just want to be in the pros. You know, and on the, you know, as a counter argument, what was his name? He was the offensive coordinator for a number of years at Kansas City. Then he went to the Commanders for a year, and then he went to UCLA, and now where is he? You know, it's not like just pick a guy that, you know, coached the NFL, because college is a different ballgame. I mean, you see that with some of the guys that don't convert. don't know if this is the right play. I'm going to try and squeeze this. See, that's another one where I felt like I closed it and I hit it open. Weird. Hey, what up, Yane? How are you today? Ran Brown from Syracuse or Glacier USF? No, they'll definitely take their time. That's the thing. You fire early like this so that your name is out there. You know, Penn State's gonna be on people's radar now. Hold it. Dang. But I really do. I think it's I would say at this point, I think it's fair to say that it's a coveted destination. I think. Your daughter's with you this week? Love to hear that. Hope you guys are having a good week. Enjoying your time. Just off on the wind there, otherwise that is beautiful. Also, clearly my definition of off on the wind is very, very tight. Florida and Penn State may be a 1A, 1B. Don't know enough to tell which is perceived bigger. I feel like... I don't know. Now, I'm biased. I feel like Penn State is these days. You know, I think there was that time where Florida was on their run and stuff where they were bigger, but I feel like they've fallen off a bit. That's my take, but I'm also a Penn State guy. Like, grew up cheering for Penn State, went to Penn State. So my perspective is most certainly skewed. Oh, did we get it? Oop. Almost, though. Money commitment in facilities seems to be what matters the most in the market. I mean, Penn State is putting in a $700 million renovation to their stadium right now. We also have the largest physical stadium and seat the second most in the country. You know, the athletic facilities are very nice. There's definitely money in the program that's money willing to be committed to it. So, you know, if you're talking financials, like I think Penn State has a lot to offer in that department as well. Wind cut up against it too much. Seeing the shift in football, Big Ten has the money, SEC can't keep up with it. Which is kind of surprising, I guess. I don't know. And maybe that's just because the SEC has been so good for so long. I know that the Big Ten has been working on like deals and stuff that give extra rev share to the teams, which like helps bolster the conference as a whole. yeah, I think they have some sort of investment that's going on. Nice putt. There you go. Well, I think I think it's kind of a. I don't think that's completely accurate. There are a few schools in the Big Ten that have a lot of money. There are a few schools in the SEC that have a lot of money. I don't necessarily think it's like a. Conference-wide thing, because I mean, like, look at the Big Ten. You have Penn State and Michigan and Ohio State, but you also have Purdue and Northwestern and Illinois. Like, yeah, Texas A&M, Georgia, Florida, Bama, LSU. You have big. I would say the SEC has more. I think the ones at the top of it stand out, and there are probably ones that have some money that could be thrown. You know, I would imagine that like Wisconsin probably has some stuff. I feel like I have to go with this instead of trying to play for that backstop. We're gonna do the old. I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna try this thing where we actually try and hit a partial instead. There's the 98%. I am off directionally, but distance-wise, we would have still been a little bit past it. But I'm in between clubs. Definitely in between clubs. Okay, this is one that I think we have to do the swing of extra power. I think this has enough break. Yeah, that's what we're talking about. Come on, roll the rock. Happy's learning how to count. A little bit, maybe. New money will close the gap between middle, low, Big Ten, and SEC over time. Indiana's just the first to transform. Is Indiana's transformation... So, this is what I don't know. Is it because of money? Or is it because of Curt Cignetti as the hire? Because if I recall correctly, when Cignetti came in... I know his name was being thrown around for Penn State. And obviously they reacted by signing him for more. But like he came from James Madison and had a bunch of guys that transferred with him, right? And then I think that I don't know how many guys went to the NFL last year, transferred out, but I think that them doing better probably got some transfers to bolster, and now they're riding momentum in coaching. Not massive, but enough to sustain. Well, and if if they sign these deals and it injects a little bit of money into everybody, then yeah, that just bolsters the conference as a whole. We put that one on a rope. Combo getting the right guy. Him demanding more program commitment to stay. Yeah, I mean, obviously, other schools can buy out, but I mean, I would think that Signetti's now off the table. One would assume, at least. Those are tough putts. Those are really tough putts. You're saying wealth in the alumni base? Yeah, I mean, obviously, I don't know across the board, you know, what big names came from each school. And I don't even know how much money has gone to the overall sports, but, like, I know that, like, Terry Pegula is a Penn State guy, so there's the Pegula ice hockey. Obviously, he owns the Sabres and the Bills. And I want to say I don't know if it's oil money or natural gas money. I don't know how much money they have gotten from him. Obviously, I think a lot of that stuff stays pretty private. But I know he's alumni. The 7-iron is gonna be hard to get. I have to clear it over that ridge though. Have to. I didn't want to underswing it. I was trying not to hit a 101, but this is actually going to work out. Take that eagle. Larry Ellison, bankrolling Michigan. Just takes one wealthy alumnus to get the money they need. Texas Tech. Who's the Texas Tech funder? Next thing you know, you're gonna have Mark Cuban bankrolling Indiana. I don't know, maybe the NCAA will get Saudi money involved. Yeah, that'll be real fun. I mean, what's one more sport in a sports washing campaign? Oh, a little short. Cody Campbell? Throwing around a lot for laws too, okay. Yeah, it's one thing, like, I am a sports enjoyer. Like, I try and watch every Penn State game, I try and watch every Eagles game. I keep up with the Phillies, the Flyers, the Sixers. I think in that order, probably too, like how much I keep up with. But as far as like tracking all of the sport, that is one place that I lack a bit. Hard to follow it all, you know? Hey, we've been making some of those putts when it matters. But again, it's just one of those things, right? Like, I can only have so many hobbies. You know, could I spend all my free time in, you know, completely indulged in every sport? Sure. But, you know, I like to play games and stuff. I want to try and go out and golf when I can. You know, I enjoy streaming. Gaming is obviously like tied into that, but I enjoy gaming, I enjoy streaming. I'm gonna spend my free time at night playing games and not diving even more into that. Saturdays, like I'm not sitting watching games all day. The one sport you go full die hard for, maybe gets like 80% of your sports attention. Yeah, I mean, some of that is like how I like to divvy my time up. The other is like, you know, I'm just at a stage in my life, like, married with kids. Like, I'm saying kids, but married with kid on the way, whatever. There's just only so much time to go around. You know, and you gotta... You don't, well, I was gonna say you don't have a family by mistake, but I guess some people do, so I can't say that's fully accurate. Tried to overpower it. I don't think it's gonna have the legs, but again, it's one of those weird in-betweeners, which maybe is where I should have partialed in between. Next duo's golf outing for 2K25, Yeet? I don't know, man. We've been pretty much just falling out on True Sim and Plat, and then that takes up 2 full streams. And then we've been playing other games, so I don't know, maybe the next time we miss a cut. Nice, come on. Yeah, I've just been it's one of those things, like, I'm trying not to get burnt out on it, but it's also the balancing act that this is the time of year where people play and watch the least. Yeah, when golf season ends, IRL and, you know, with the tour, that people just statistically do not play as much. It comes up every spring, so I'm kind of trying to balance that out, give myself a bit of a breather, because, you know, if I streamed more, then maybe we would balance things differently. I pushed it, thing. So I'm trying to take advantage of the dip to test new things with the channel and just play other games. Like, I have, outside of Elden Ring and the Elden Ring DLC, I hadn't played like any other game, like any other single player game in a long time. Like a really long time. There was more break in that. I overhit it and I still missed it low. It's alright, we're not going to make all the putts. We're not going to make all the putts. But we've put in a good effort these past 2 rounds to compensate for how round 1 went. Okay. This is one you just kind of have to hit it. Well, we hit it. Not the rough. Kicks right. Dang. Good quality, had slight audio issues, but slot back to classic view and it was fine. Yeah, so when I restarted stuff, then I accidentally turned it off. I was like, oh, well, this is causing the problem, so let me toggle this off. I think I turned it off. Pretty sure I turned off the vertical stream for Twitch unintentionally, so I'll have to look into it, because my GPU is running at a much higher level than I would have expected it to. It's taking 92% to encode, but like I was under the impression it was like sharing resources and stuff, like it was using the same encoder for the Twitch version and the YouTube version, so like in my head it shouldn't have been as strong, so I'll have to tinker. I'll have to tinker and see if I can find anything that maybe reduces the bitrate. Or not the bitrate, but reduces the strain on my GPU, because we were getting those stutters because I think it was actually dropping some frames in one way or another. Yeah, I don't think I'm sending the vertical feed anymore, which is fine. Yeah, what up, Max? Your brother, sister's father's mother's daughter. You know what that reminds me of? That's like the Emperor's New Groove. You're like my great 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 aunt. Spaceballs, hands up. I have not seen Spaceballs. I know. I know. Shame on me. I've maybe seen like a clip of it. Or like not a clip of it. I maybe have seen like a tiny bit of it when I was younger, but didn't know what was going on. I overswung it. Overswung it. Alright, let's see if we can make the putt. Short game's been my issue. Because, like, directionally, I feel like I struggle on... Directionally, I feel like I struggle on the swing path and stuff for chips, so I didn't want to do it. I went pitch, and we overhit it anyway. Let's see, okay. So on the freaking fringe, it's whatever. On the fringe, it's back to that. My putt feel being off. Nice. Okay, so we're gonna butcher the short game and bogey that. 64. So I overhit that by 5. So off the fringe, the feeling is off, but the other ones I feel like I have to hit it harder, and that's why I hit that one as hard as I did. What's going on, Holden? I agree with it. I agree with it. I think he did a lot of great things for the program as a whole. You know, coming in when he did off of Bill O'Brien leaving, you know, not having the bowl eligibility, and all that. Like, I think he did a lot of good. Yeah, but I also think that I knew, like, when they re-signed him for the contract, like the 10-year extension in 21, like, I knew he wasn't the guy to get us over the hill. Over the hill, top of the mountain, whatever you want to call it. I think he was the guy that was going to get us all the way there and win it. So I agree with it. Now, what I was unsure of, because my wife and I were speculating, like, are they gonna fire him? Like, do we think that they would? Or it's like, no, they can't. Like, it's so much money, and like, who would they hire? But you know, they committed to it. So now it's just a matter of, yeah, who's gonna be the one that they call in to replace. That I don't really know. What stayed left? But I think the change had to be made. We were talking about it earlier. I don't know enough about the coaching pool to really have a good idea. A little uphill. Okay, so like this is gonna actually be like a monstrous aim here. I think you're going somewhere out here. I know it's a ton of break. Oh, come on, you're not gonna backdoor that? That was a great give. That was a great give. Yes, D-Brat, you were right in the most technical sense. That almost dropped. That almost backdoored. Eat your shoe if I make that? Brian Hartline, offensive coordinator from Ohio State. What happened to Chip Kelly? Isn't Chip Kelly still there? I thought Chip Kelly was the... Oh, he went to... I didn't realize he went to the Raiders. I didn't realize that he went back to the NFL. Oh, well, see, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Like, I can't keep up with the coaching carousel. I don't know enough. I do not know enough. What up, Quicklin? Welcome back, dude. 4 Wemby assists and 8 AD points in the second half, and you're up 8,700 today? Holy cow, man. Good for you. Judging by how the Raiders are doing, he'll be back in college soon. I experienced firsthand the pains of Chip Kelly in the NFL. I mean, I think offensive coordinator is probably his best position in the NFL. He should never head coach in the NFL again. But yeah, he's a college coach through and through. You know, Oregon shaped him, and then he went to pursue greater things. And I mean, he got a championship last year, but I think he's a college guy. I think he wants to be in the NFL forever, but I think he's more suited to college. That's my personal take on it. All right. Quick 2-minute breather, and then we hit the ground running for round 4. Appreciate y'all being here. Friendly reminder, we do have a poll in the Discord. So if you have not joined the Discord, it is in the suggestions tab. Go vote. It is for the game we will be playing next week. If you don't vote, then you can't complain. All right, I'll see you guys in 2 minutes.
It's raining.
Ads. Okay, fine. I'll post the poll in chat. I thought I would try something the last 2 days with saying about it being in Discord, but honestly, it's probably just too unrealistic to expect people to join Discords at this point. I have like 100 that I'm in, and I need to go and from over the years, and I need to just go and get out of a lot of them because some of the people don't even stream anymore. Players' fault too, and why Penn State will never go to the next level, Stash? I mean, I think that's fair to a certain extent. But I think some of that is still has to be coaching, you know, putting your players in the best position to succeed, whether that be mentally or with calls during the game. I think that's a fair assessment to a degree, but I do think that there's still a good bit that's on the coaching. But I understand where you're coming from, 100%. Oh no. Okay, we have a chance. Soft, so you gotta get it up there. We did it! We did it! VJ Edgecombe with 34 in his NBA debut. I did see that they won 117 to 116, but only Maxi's 40 points comes up. But that's what you love to see. Rookie come in, put up 34. Maxi stepping up. I don't know how much... Did Embiid play? Is Embiid ready to go? And, George, or... I guess I don't know what the starting line... I know there are obviously guys coming off of injuries, but I don't know if they were game one ready or not. Embiid had 4. Okay, so he probably just was, like, very limited. Try and get him some time, but not too much. The softened into the wind's what scares me, but I can't go up a club, so... I think we just have to take this hybrid and hope that the slow... Oh, wow. What difficulty is this, Warner? Technically... Let me see what it's... 1.58 difficulty multiplier. So we've got Legend Swing and some things turned off, but it's not full Legend settings. 109, 0 for 4 from 3 in 20 minutes? Okay. Well, happy to see other guys, you know, making up for that. No Lowry, Gordon, or George today. Okay. Well, that's awesome, though, to see Edgecombe come in and actually just make a difference out the gate. I had heard that in Summer League, like, he had... Yeah, I heard about him, like, at the beginning of Summer League, because I think his first game he played well, too. So that's awesome. It's gonna break so much, man. I think I gotta go more and a little bit of pace too. Oh, come on. It might have been that open contact. It's a very good give. Feel better about the putter this week, Jim? I think so. The beginning of the rounds were really funky. Like, I really can't tell you what happened. I actually don't want to be all the way up there. That's going to be too spinny. I need to control the spin into that slope. I don't know where all those, like, under hits came from. But now that we've gotten it going, like, putting rounds 2 and 3 have been substantially better. Like I've said, it comes and it goes, for sure. Still, I guess that's a little bit straighter on than I thought. I thought I was tailing a number of yards more to the left. All right, it is soft greens. I forgot about that. Perfect putt. True Sim Greens, how do you see in Ghosts? Lag putted every round. Yeah, the True Sim Greens were weird. I know some people were saying about, like, you could see the break, and you could because, like, the things were on the side, but yeah, it took me a while to read the, like, subtle breaks, but then the big ones, I I had a hard time on it. I can't remember exactly what it was. I think there was mentally a little bit that took me out of it this week for one reason or another. Oh, I pushed it, dang. I feel like the distance was gonna be decent too. Yeah, look at that, right at the pin high. On the plat course, you mean True Sim, D-Brad? Because I've been fine with these. I mean, my putting's been good here, but my putting is normally not good, so a lot of it was input driven in round one. 107 with 2 points in 21 minutes. A lot of pressure, and yeah, I mean, get the nerves out early. Maybe he'll settle into it. Could have been stuck as a Browns fan? No, definitely could be. A lot of feedback on how tough these greens are. Okay, I missed that. I think the commentary that I had seen was about, like, firm, fast conditions and stuff, which we didn't really have. We did have a very firm round, but overall these greens have been very tame in terms of the speeds and the softness. This course has been more about, you know, fairways and all that. 96. I kind of underhit this on purpose. I probably shouldn't have, though. I saw that downslope. That was the part that scared me, but I was not really thinking about, well, it's a 6-iron. I mean, that it's a headwind like this. Like, I was thinking more about the 6-iron. I pulled it. I'm not a good chipper. That also overhit and downhill behind, which I didn't recognize. Whoops. Yeah, putter's definitely... I'm getting better at counting in some of the adjustments and stuff that I'm making. Which I know doesn't help me in True Sim, really, but... Very firm fairways, some very high winds. Round one didn't play great. Aside from that, it felt fine. I don't know. I didn't play that poor. Like, I don't know. I didn't think that round one was bad. I do hate... I don't enjoy when it's such stark contrast on the fringe, though. right? When you got the very firm to something softer, like I don't think that ever plays well, but that's also just like a weird thing with how these games are and the firmness differences. Played it positionally. I played most of the courses positionally. I'm not. I mean, I have more power on my build than some do, but I think that gap has definitely shrunk, and I think there are some that have, you know, even more. Trying to get a little bit of overpower because it's soft up this hill, but I think it's just gonna die. Yeah, again, it's like an in-betweener. Couldn't just be overpowered. Yeah, a lot of contours and stuff to it. New season next week. Another Club Evolve will be available. Yeah, it will. I would imagine that they're going to do exactly the same thing that they did for this game, which is make one available immediately and then mid-season release another one just to have like a pseudo reason for people to return to the game in the middle of the season. You know, I don't think it does as much as they would like it to, but for their social metrics and all that stuff, I'm sure it matters. Oh, I left it open. Dang. Gonna be short right now. Putter's been going well though. We might be able to squeeze something. Nice. Don't play enough to keep up with VC. So I personally bought Legend so that but I bought Legend also being a content creator, right? Like I play the game enough to where I know like I can justify it. Oh, that's bad. Underswung and open. Okay. Gotta make sure we're more left. Look, poor DF. Cool. Someone from South Korea said hello, hi. I can't read Korean, but I can recognize the language. But yeah, so like the fourth one, buying Legend, like it was $40 instead of 50 plus the other stuff, so I was like, okay. But honestly, at this point, like, it doesn't matter. It's cosmetics. It is some Evo tools and those sorts of things, but yeah, if you've upgraded to this point, like, it's gonna be a couple new shots and it's the upgrades, but you get the shots for free anyway. It's not gonna go 14. Fade. Maybe it will. Maybe it will. This is actually gonna be fine. Finished left, squared it up perfectly. Come on, wind. Keep it left. Let's offset it. Beautiful shot. Beautiful shot. Take that. I look poor. I'm gonna take that as a compliment. Means I'm doing a good job of hiding my real value. Let's get pink diamond for now, because he waited a few weeks to get diamond. Wasn't gonna Evo again after 3. I went to pink diamond on the clubs that I have the most diversity on, because I actually got like spread on those. I've been holding out on the rest. But maybe if I'm lucky, you know, the ones that I use, like I can just swap out the clubs for like a free pink diamond or something off of the clubhouse pass or from the shop or something like that. So maybe my laziness will pay off. Oh, that's money. Come on, man. I thought we had it. I really did. Most millionaires you know look like me? Is there something I'm not telling you? I'm not a millionaire, that's for sure. One day, I hope, but definitely not now. If I was a millionaire at the age of 30, I'd feel very, very good. Yeah, if you're looking for unsolicited financial advice, don't keep up with the Joneses. 'Tis a recipe for being in debt. You know, I've been having some success with this. I think it's something I'm going to keep messing with. So what I did tonight is I've been assigning a yardage to the slope that I'm seeing instead of just trying to play it straight up to try and help me with my side-to-side stuff. It's soft greens. That's why it runs out of steam. It's soft, so it lands. Doesn't take the normal big bounce, and I'm just in between clubs, because if I take full 6, like I'm at that backstop behind. We're a little bit more to the right, maybe the putt's a little better. I underswung it. We had it. Eagle was on the cards. Eagle was on the cards. Not there yet. Give you 3 Wemby assists and 2 AD points and put Quicklin on that millionaire track. Yeah, getting to a million is not as ridiculous as it sounds, but it's very boring in the standard way. It's just the, like, passively invest and just keep doing it for, like, 30 plus years. That's the, like, textbook way. but it definitely strains patience. Not a millionaire, but not in debt. Hey, not being debt free is a fantastic place to be. Because the number of people who carry credit card debt and stuff is very high. All right, so besides round one, we've put together a nice tournament here. It's uphill. Oh, double crossed. I say, fortunately, double crossed into the wind, but that was certainly not where we want to be. Well, can't say I'm too pleased with this one. It's a good effort. It's actually a great effort. I have a chance at it. Lost your wallet 2 weeks ago and had to pay rent with it while canceling all your old stuff? Ew. Hopefully you didn't have too much issue outside of that, though. Like, hopefully everything was caught and handled before anybody was able to, like, steal stuff. Obviously, probably, you know, cash is cash, but see, I don't know what's those last couple not good on those follow-throughs. Dang. No, come on. We finally square one up. We hit quads and we just low it. Looks like 4 subscription things with new cards. Keep stuff to a minimum. Hey. Sounds very wise to me. There's definitely a balance of simplicity to optimizations of the, yeah. Ease of mind and less things to worry about is definitely a powerful tool. Sent it a little too far. I thought I had a chance. Can we go back to back inputs? No. But that one goes in. So, you know, pushed it in. You know, the result is what I planned for. Didn't hit it like I planned for, but, you know, we get there. And then we just bomb it onto the green. Oh, look at that drive. Come on. No, it's gonna feed right. Ugh. Curse you, map collector! Evil! Evil! Oh, whoops. Not my greatest close of all time. I thought that was more vertical. Hey, we didn't bogey the 16th this time. Woo. Yo, you was spending $200 a month on Twitch subs and donations along with $500 a month on microtransactions? You were like a Twitch streamer's best friend. Yeah. I mean, when I was younger, I didn't spend that much on Twitch, but like I knew some people that spent, yeah, probably that, like had an absurd amount of monthly subs, and like obviously it's gotten more expensive, right? It's gone up $1 per sub. So if you were shelling out, what, that's at $5 a clip, so 40 subs all of a sudden is now $40 more. You know, that's 8 subs equivalent for what it was. It does boggle my mind how much some people spend. Now, the thing is, you also, this is a cool thing and an interesting thing about the internet. You don't know the person on the other side of the of the screen. Right? You don't know what kind of money people make, what their circumstances are. You know, some people are spending. It goes the same. Not just Twitch. It's just, you know, it's a microcosm of society. You have no idea. You just have no clue what people make, what their circumstances are. Some people are spending money that they don't have. And some people, you know, some people have a lot of money. I just apparently overread that break like entirely. I even took it like a touch back in, but still wasn't enough. Squilla Nims and Dist always had crazy amounts of gift subs from like 1 or 2 people. Yeah, and I mean, and they're definitely not the only ones. And the other thing, too, is like, that's part of the luck of Twitch. And obviously having a viewer like that does not deem somebody successful or unsuccessful. But there's a luck into, like, that sort of person finds you and enjoys your stream. Because I've also seen streams with, like, barely anybody, but they've got one person that just is, like, that just throws money. You know, and that's just how it is. You know, it's not... Not anything good or bad, per se. Yeah, nothing, you know, it's not indicative of anything, but it's just another, like, kind of component to that luck factor, if you will. The luck being obviously the streamer that that is blessed with monetary support. 80 got his 20, but Wemby needs 3 assists in 4 or 5 minutes. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I don't know how. I mean, it definitely makes watching games more exhilarating. I couldn't put the money up. That's under. Oh, it's not as under as I thought. I thought that was one that I had like left like 5% short. For whatever reason, off the stick, it did not feel good. Solid tourney, I'd say. Considering how the tourney started. Said only like that's a normal amount of people to put on a parlay with implied odds of less than 3%. Right. Yeah, exactly. Like $50, I'm like, that's a lot to spend, let alone lose. All right, so let's look at this grand picture. Proximity, fantastic. Our GERs were a little down compared to what we would want, but we also had a couple of holes that skew that. I guess 84 is not as bad as I'm thinking. Still top 20, and we definitely had like the one water ball that I don't know what happened. 14 feet though, that's really nice. Right up there with whoa. I mean, triple bogey definitely affects things. Our okay, so this 51% log putt, that's absurd for me. We were rolling the rock, and that's up there. That's 7th. But this is horrific. I don't really know what happened here. I don't really know what happened here on the media. I think there was where a few of the underpowered putts came early. So like I can't look fully at putting. 7 eagles, really just the 1 bogey and the triple. I think we had another eagle opportunity that we didn't convert. So the eagles are definitely what kept us in it. But yeah, round 1, like if we just look at that one, the proximity was good, but we missed a medium. We were 2 of 9. So the fact that we were 2 of 9 in the first round and finished over 50%, we were making putts. We were getting some better reads. So what, 16, 12 and a half, 13, 2, 14-0. That puts the hole on 14-0. So yeah, after that first round and like that bogey on the drivable where it was just like horrendous short game, like if I clean that up, like that's normally a birdie at worst a par. So take the triple, that's 55. Flip that 1 hole, it's 50, you know, it's a birdie, it's 56, like, or 55, it's 57. Like, it definitely, that tournament was a lot better than it let on. Like, that would be 6th. That'd be 6th. Just taking a par, you know, you take a par on both of those. Yeah, I'm happy with it. Obviously, these numbers are definitely nuts. These numbers are definitely nuts. Yeah, we shot the 8. We were at 11 or better. 18 under on that first round. Just that wins you the tournament. Implied odds were at 0.76%. Yeah, I'm not putting $50. I'm not putting any money on something that low. I've said this, Quicklin. If I'm gonna start sports gambling, I'm gonna bet against my team. That way, if we win, positive, only on like meaningful games, but you know, as something to counter my feelings. Settled in has a double-double now. Well, there you go. There you go. It's all just about settling in and getting out of the heavy pressures. Capitalize on these proximity to hole stats one day. I mean, we started to a little bit. Round 1 was the one where the wheels were kind of off, but we got it back. We got it back. We made the 10-footers. I don't know what it was. It was probably positional. It was probably a little bit with the putting pace not being able to get it consistent, that those mediums were so bad. But yeah. All right. So that's going to do it. That's going to do it for me tonight. I was asking people to join the Discord. You can if you want to. If you want to keep up with when we go live, you want to hang out with us outside the stream, the Discord is still available. But there in the chat, I put the straw poll. If you've not already voted, we're going to be starting up a new single-player game next week. We've got God of War, the 2018 one, Lies of P, and Hollow Knight Silksong as options. Let your voice be heard. I'm playing what you guys ask. Obviously, I'm catering the list, but let me know. Let me know, because I want to know. I want to play things that you guys are going to enjoy. But yeah, that's going to do it for us. We'll be back tomorrow night. We're going to be playing some Mega Bonk tomorrow. It is addicting. I'll let Vandy speak to that. I've got him hooked on it. Not for the faint of heart. But yeah, take it easy, guys. We're going to sign off on YouTube, and we're going to go right out on Twitch. Appreciate you all.